Hey mathematicians, welcome to part 5, 4 ways to make a number. So for 4 ways to make a number, there are 2 sides, and I want you to start with the one that says 4 ways to write a number, and then after that you can move on to ways to write a number and more and less. So for 4 ways to make a number, I have already given you the number that you're going to be using. So this first number, you're going to look at the first number and you're going to write that in word form. So the example that they've given is 432. And it says in word form, so you're going to write it out in word form, 432. Then you've got all these hundreds, tens, ones. So how many hundreds are in 432? How many tens are in 432? And how many ones? So this one says 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 2 ones. And then you're going to draw that number. So we know there's 4 hundreds, so we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 2 ones. So you're going to do that same thing for this number here, 816, write it in word form. How many hundreds, how many tens, how many ones, and then draw that number of hundreds, draw that number of tens, draw that number of ones. When you're drawing tens, you don't need to make them blocky, just use a line. And then when you're drawing ones, just use a dot. You don't need to make a tiny cube. And once you're done with all 6 of these on the front, you're going to move to the back. Now, I've given you the number again, and you've only got 3 different ones here. So you're going to start out with the same thing that you kind of did on the other side. So how many hundreds, how many tens, how many ones? What is 316 in word form? So the way you say it is what it is in word form. So think about what you're saying when you read this number, 316. Okay, now expanded form, hundreds, tens, and ones. So it has an example there. You're going to add the how many hundreds, how many tens, and how many ones. Then the last thing is color. So how many hundreds should we color if we have 3 hundreds? How many, so it all has hundreds, which is really cool. So you can do, if you need to shade in 10, then just shade in 1 row, 20s, 2 rows, and then 6 ones would just be 6 dots. So you get to color that in. Make sure you're being careful because it is kind of small. And then last, you have a couple of different things. And I want to make sure that you are not, this is not continuous. So you're taking, what is 316 plus 1? What is 316 minus 1? So you write 316 plus 1, whatever that is, write the answer here. 316 minus 1, you write the answer here. 316 plus 10 goes here. 316 minus 10 goes here. 316 plus 100, and 316 minus 100. So it's not 316 plus 1 is 317, and then 317 minus 1 is 316. You're doing this function here, plus 1, minus 1, plus 10, minus 10, plus 100, minus 100, all to the number 316. Because if you added 100 and then subtracted 100, you'd be right back to where you started. So you're going to do that for all 3, and then you are finished with this activity. Put your name on it and get it turned into the tray. All right, this is one that you are going to be turning in.